from the Fox 26 studios.
Okay, for the second time in 1 month, you had a chance to get the I voted sticker, and several incumbents get to keep their seats. This is after Saturday's runoff election, so we're breaking down what it means for the city now. And I'm joined by Republican strategist Jacquie Baly, also Democratic strategist Dallas Jones as well. So let's start with the big name on the ticket, right, which was for the mayor of Houston. So we end up now, after a bit of a contentious race there, we end up with Tony Buzbee conceding, but saying that he's not done here. So what does this mean going forward with the two of them kind of still going to have voices here in the city?
Well, Tony knew that he had an uphill climb. We haven't seen an incumbent mayor in Houston lose since the 1970s. We haven't seen a Republican elected as mayor since the 1970s. And even though Tony is not Republican, he is more identified with Republicans than Mayor Turner. So he knew he had an uphill battle, and it was very difficult for him to do. I will say this, there was a 30,000 undervote between the mayor and the at-large positions, meaning people specifically came out to vote for that race. In the middle of December, close to Christmas, Mayor Turner made sure that he had his voters and he made sure that they went out. And that really is the difference. People had voter fatigue, voter apathy. They're tired of all the nonsense. Mayor Turner made sure his base, which is very loyal to him, turned out, and that was the end result.
And Dallas, a little bit of a snicker from you. So
yeah,
where's that based on?
Because, you know, she immediately pointed out that he was independent and not a Republican, but that was the talking point during the campaign, which is that I'm an independent now. Well, he more aligns with the Republican Party. Nevertheless, the city reelected Mayor Turner. There was also another first. It was the first time that someone was able to self-fund millions of dollars in order to push an incumbent mayor into a runoff. So it was an uphill battle, but I think what the voters of Houston said the first time when the mayor almost won without a runoff and in the runoff was that we're happy with the work that Sylvester Turner is doing on behalf of our city, and we want to keep him in the mayor's seat. And that's what they did.
So one of the big things that we were talking over the last year, a little bit longer than that actually, since the last election, was Prop B and firefighters. So what does this mean going forward? Because it kind of seemed like that was a headline that kind of took a back seat. Can we expect that to come to the forefront again?
I think it's going to be an ongoing battle. I mean, they're still searching for pay parity. There's still no resolution there in terms of negotiations between them and the mayor and the legal proceedings that have taken place. The mayor did announce yesterday that he is going to shift from a 4-shift work week to a 3-shift work week for firefighters, something that the union is adamantly against. So we see the cusp of a new battle brewing. And I think that's what we're going to see for the next 4 years, or unless something changes in the tone and tenor of the dialogue.
And yes, I agree.
Well, some of his points. I mean, the fact that Prop B passed with 20 points, a lot of people were thinking, okay, surely then anyone who's supporting that will support the mayor's opponents. But one thing about most voters is that they're not a one-issue person, right? And so even though it overwhelmingly passed with city voters, a lot of people looked at the overall composition and decided that they still wanted to support Prop B and still wanted to keep Mayor Turner. Now, unfortunately for the firefighters, because this is their livelihood, this is their quality of life, that means a lot of litigation in their future. We have seen so far in the first 4 years that they have not reached a compromise. Both sides are really digging in their heels, and so it's going to be very difficult for them to come up with some kind of resolution on this issue.
Okay, so there were a lot of down ballot names as well. One of the races too close to call. We only have 12 votes, I think, separating one city council race, though. Unfortunately, though, we're running out of time because you guys are so well versed in all of it. But thank you for giving us the knowledge, especially since that just happened on Saturday. A lot of repercussions of the vote, but good job for everyone who did get the I voted sticker, no matter how you vote.
That's right.
Always good to do that.
That's right.